Hey, and welcome to Adventures of Xinia with me, Xinia. Hey! Going to talk about foundation, concealer, and powder. Oh my, and I really don't do this much. So I learned, and now I will be doing it. So a nice little paddle brush, foundation buffing brush. This is from the Jeffrey Morphe. It's a JS1. Or if you have a stippling brush, which is where there's two types of hairs and it's less here, this will help blend everything in. So stippling brush or a foundation brush. And I got this for $3 and it says medium, but I felt it was a little dark. I got this one on sale for $1.98. So CoverGirl and cruelty free. Hello. So CoverGirl, and it says Outlast Active. This I got it in 825 buff beige. I don't know where I'm getting bear from. So buff beige. I got for $1 this Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Concealer. Okay, when I went to school, they said you don't need primer as long as you use a good moisturizer. So you can get your hands on the CeraVe or the Cetaphil, and it's all skin types. Once you moisturize well, you really don't need a primer. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer only around my cheek area because I have enlarged pores. Guys, I am not playing when I say these pores are serious. So I'm just keeping it around my T-zone. This is where they bother me the most, this area. Like I said, so you don't have to use primer. I'm just talking about primers. This one because it's poreless. But there are many primers. So many primers. You can pick one and try it out and see how it works for you. I am going to mix these two together. Because one is, I feel is a little too light, and this one's a little too dark. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do it with my finger. I'm just going to put some dots. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to do some dots. And then I'm going to do some dots with the lighter one. And they'll all blend together. Okay. So what's going to happen is I did not figure out I just put there. Okay. I could have just put it on with the paddle, but let's just get this party started. So I'm just like doing my half of my face. Just paddle that baby in. See, you just paddle it in. I think this is a good color. Then you're going to grab either this or a buffing, the stippling, and you buff it. Okay? It'll give you some evenness. And just go in circular motions. I mean, you can spot conceal if you have acne or any dark spots that you want to cover. Okay. None. So I like it. I'm gonna put some in the back of my hand, like if I had one of those cute spatulas. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna mix it. And now I'm gonna do my forehead. I'm gonna go down my nose. Do my chin. See, I got like redness right there. Okay. And blend, blend. You guys can go to Amazon and you can get like for $12 to $15. It might be a cheap set, but sometimes the cheap sets and actually end up to be better than some expensive brushes. But just get yourself a nice little full face brush set so you can start using, you have everything you need. Okay, so you see this area is pinky and this area is more orangey. But it doesn't look bad. So I'm going to grab a little bit more. So this is your girl. See the little, you could spot check right here. You could, and then blend it in. Love it. Yes. It feels like it's not heavy. Like I don't feel like I have foundation on. Like remember, and if you don't have this type of brush, try to get this brush, and this would do the same thing. You just buff it in your skin, and buffing it helps because, like I said, it distributes evenly, and it melts it in your skin, so it doesn't look like you have cake face. I'm gonna use this one because it was cheaper, and you guys could probably get your hands on this Almay, but any concealer will do. I've watched so many videos, but I just love the fact that this looks like a lippy. And I picked a little bit lighter than my skin, just a little bit lighter. And I just go here, like a little V. Yeah. This will help. If you have very dark, you can just go around like this, go along the line. I like that, a little V. And I will use my finger. So you just start pushing it down. Look up when you're under your eyelid, but you push it down, push it around, put it like down and around. Look up, get as close to that waterline as possible, that lash line. So it like melts in. Just like go a little under where you put the product, just have it blend, blend, blend. There you go. Okay. I'm using my middle finger. It doesn't have as much pressure, but it feels strong. You could use your pointer. Just try to be mindful of the pressure. If you have very, very sensitive under eyes, I don't. If you have very, very sensitive under eyes, I suggest you use the ring finger because you cannot put too much pressure on it. It's just impossible. There we go. Now we're going, at school they showed us this fluffy angle brush would be the best to get powder on your specific eye areas and nose, like where you put. I'm going to use this Becca Hydra Mist because I got it from BoxyCharm. And now you're going to use the angle and look up and press. You're going to press first, okay? Look up. Use the angle to get to those corners. Look up so it's not going to hurt you. And you press. After you press, then you can push away. Press, push away. Press, push away. And it's good to do this as soon as you put the concealer. Go straight for the powder so that you don't crease as much. See, creasing is minimized. If you want more, you put more. It's up to you. I don't like too much. Then you get a fluffy powder brush. Go into it. Close your eyes and get to it. Get to it. You don't have to close your eyes if you don't want to, but I'm tired of powders going in my eyes. And get in that crease of the nose. I like to put powder in that crease. Just bump around. Push it in and then blend it out. Push it away. Because you got to push away as much product as you can, okay, guys? Because if not, your face is going to look cakey. I'm just blending it out. You might look dry, but that's why it might make you look a little dry instead of cakey, like dry. Like you're not, you don't got your glow. You can mix illuminating, the drops, illuminating drops, highlighter drop. You can mix it with your foundation. So you don't lose that glow. It'll come out from within. There you go. Woo, clean face. Look at me. Okay, she flawless. She flawless. So we used foundation, we used concealer, we used a primer, but you don't need a primer. Oh, check out the pores. They're not as, like it did cover them a little bit. They're not as defined as they usually are, so good. So we dealt with talking about if you're really moisturized, you don't need primer. But if you have it, you can use it. I like to use the poreless ones, and I only used it in my T-zone. Then we have foundation, concealer, and powder. Okay. As far as the brush set, I used a paddle brush for foundation. This is a, foundation brush. This is also a different type of foundation brush. I use this to buff it. But if you don't have it and you have this, I like this better than this. Especially if you want to save on your product, this will buff it out and not soak it up like this does. This soaks it up. See, it's a pink brush and now it's orange because it soaked it up. And then a fluffy powder brush and an angled fluffy brush. It doesn't have to be angled. It's just in school I learned, because as you could see, you look up and it doesn't go in my eye. So it's like you press and then you push away. Press, then you push away. So just for foundation and concealer and powder, I used 5 brushes. Well, really 4. I just suggested this. But 4 brushes. So 4 brushes for that. Thank goodness we didn't need brushes for the skincare. Now we're going to go on to the next video, which will be contour, blush, and highlight.